God damn, that's a whole lot of bots buying tickets, right? But I don't think bots can show up to concerts, can they? No, because Kendrick Lamar and SZA's Grand National Tour. Shout out to the good sis. Shout out Jersey in the building, the Sizzler. Grand National Tour is now the highest grossing hip hop tour of all time, surpassing 332.1 million, with only 34 of 47 shows reported. And that's the thing. I was at one of these tour dates up in MetLife. Shout out Jersey, you know what I'm saying? You know us. We was in a building and I saw what a stadium tour looked like. And I saw what it's like when people show up and they like the acts performing. Let's deep dive a little bit into some of the numbers, right? Because nowadays, it's all about narratives. Everybody, we live in our bubble. No one streaming the music, the numbers. If only this was sold, I was there. And on top of that, when you look at the people that we're talking about here, whether it's Kendrick, whether it's Travis Scott, whether it's Jay-Z and Beyonce, whether it's Drake, whether it's Kendrick and SZA, these are people that bring folks to the stadiums, that bring folks to the arenas. Right. Obviously, you see Kendrick here holding two of the top five spot. The interesting thing about it, obviously, with a stadium tour, you're going to see the numbers, right, be really astronomical. But the visuals on the Big Steppers tour, it's actually funny because you can see them on the right here versus the left, was two different vibes. The Big Stepper stuff gave a little more to me, the theater kind of kid vibes, while the Gen X tour with SZA had the theater vibes. She was a fairy at one point, was more like straight hip hop, but in a stadium. So the juxtaposition there was, or I should say the contrast there was pretty interesting. So yeah, there you have it. That's the top five. That's a lot of money. Remember all these millionaires, some billionaires are going to eat and sleep good when you're in the comment section fighting, Stan Wars. All these people are going to be A-OK, right? Now, I do want to get a little more analytical here. Nothing crazy. I'm not going to bore y'all, but we obviously talked about 332.1 million in revenue, and it's kind of crazy. Capitalism is hilarious. But the amount of tickets sold, right? 1.5 million plus in tickets sold. It's 1.5 million people showing up to watch you to perform in totality is crazy. 46,000 average attendance. And then you got the amount brought in per show, $9.8 million dollars per show. And then you get the highest grossing joint tour in history. Another thing for me is, obviously we talk about stadiums versus arenas. I would love to ask Kendrick or SZA this question. It's like, yo, would you ever do a stadium tour again? Because I do think this joint can be taxing, can be a lot, sound, etc. Versus going back to the arena joint. But if you want to break records and you want to make an impact and have your name cemented, in the record books, doing one stadium tour at least, especially as a rapper, R&B singer, is the way to go.